All right, guys, we have Shalease and Tony Dowdy here in South Africa. They visited with us over the holiday break and they had a fabulous time. So they wanted to let everybody know what happened. So check out this video. This is just part one. Make sure you check out part two. See you on the inside. Hey everybody, how are you doing? Hope everybody is well. We're doing fine here in South Africa. Hope you guys are having a good time out there as well. So Tasha,
Yes.
talk to them.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is well today. We had a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and obviously, we are ready to chat to you guys and share some stuff with you. But I just want to say hello, and I hope everyone is doing well.
As you see, guys, she has her Barbie cup. She's a Barbie fan. Yeah. But here in South Africa, it is 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 8
Yeah.
o'clock.
Eight,
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so it's getting a little late. We had a good weekend. We had a long weekend. I can tell you that right now, because we was going to do this outside. We were going to go outside, set up everything, but we couldn't do it outside because it started to rain.
Yes, another storm rolled in, but it was so hot today. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. But like all cases, when it's that hot, you should expect a thunderstorm. So that's kind of what we had, and now it's a little bit of rain happening.
Yeah, it happened, but it's not so bad. We actually absolutely enjoy when it's cool outside. So when it's cool outside and we get to because obviously it's going to stop. And I'm a moon watcher. I like going out looking at the moon. I like looking at the stars. I like looking at everything. So
you say a moon watcher?
Yeah, I go look at the moon, see what phases in and stuff like that. And I'm sure our ancestors from 1,000 years ago decided to do the same. So I figure I would just do the same.
Excellent.
Right here.
A moon watcher. That's cute.
Yeah. So now, but everything has been good. Like I said, well, I'm glad to have you guys here and whatnot. So before we get started, because obviously we got somebody waiting in the wings for you guys. We got Tony and Shalease who came on a tour with us and whatnot. They came and I think when they came, there was about 50 people scattered throughout the area meaning Cape Town, Durban, Johannesburg and whatnot. But before we start that.
And Kruger.
Oh yeah, and Kruger National Park as well. Yeah. So, we do what we do here at the Real South Africa. But check this out. Coming to Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town, South Africa just got easier because the Real South Africa has packages that will have you exploring the country just like a professional. So as exciting as it is, as wonderful as it is, all you have to do is reach out on our website, therealsouthafrica.com. This place is absolutely amazing, and we want to see you here in the Republic of South Africa. All right, guys, we are back. Hope some of you guys enjoyed that. First of all, above all, we are a tourism company. We do that. We just happen to have a social media presence. And some of you guys are finding us on that, that social media presence. And you guys are like, you know what? I didn't even know that I can even go to South Africa like that. So they actually come and they actually enjoy themselves. I think we do a pretty good job of doing that. So if you guys have questions or comments or anything, please take the time. I see some people have already put their comments in from Houston, Texas. And then of course we got, I don't have my glasses on, y'all, so I can't see everything, but
you'll see me doing like this.
Oh yeah. We got a new subscriber and we really appreciate that. And so if you guys get a chance to subscribe to our channels, wherever you find us at right now, we're actually doing pretty well. We got almost about 42,000 on our YouTube channel. And then don't ask me about that TikTok thing. I have it. However, I'm just saying.
However, ... That's what that is.
And then on Facebook, that's actually our biggest platform because we have about 50K on that. So if you are on Facebook and you don't know us on YouTube, you need to come know us on YouTube. So you can go ahead and go to that channel and subscribe there as well.
Hey, Jermaine. He was one of the December people.
Yeah. So that was that. So Let me see if there's any questions so far, because I want people to get into this. And if you got questions of us, just kind of trying to pop them in there, and then we will try to get to them as we can, because we're going to be rocking and rolling through this whole process. We're going to try to get this all done in 10 minutes. That's not going to happen, but we're going to try to get it in pretty quickly. So, of course, if you are on YouTube, you don't know us on Facebook, you can find us here. We're actually on Twitter as well, so you can find us there. Our South_Africa. You could do that, and then on our Instagram page, I think we're around, I don't know, 12,000 or so.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. So you can find us there if you're just one of those people who just love Instagram. And then, of course, YouTube. You can find us on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, or you can just actually go search at TRSA. We have our own little thing on YouTube. They were so kind for us to have it. And so that's that. And then, of course, the biggest thing is our website. Everything you're going to be looking for from us is going to be on our website. So when you're asking questions and you're like, hey, what about this? What about that? I'm going to always refer you to our website, because pretty much everything that you're going to need is there. So that's that. Now, what do we have? Okay, first of all, I think we went to a couple parties just recently.
We did. Yeah. We did. The first thing we got invited to was a private wealth event for Standard Bank, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically at a polo field, which I don't know if any of you have ever been to a polo field pitch, but it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And then one of our friends was celebrating her fiance's birthday, and we got invited to that. And that was a whole little private thing where we were dancing and they were giving out shots.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't partake in the shots that much, but that's neither here nor there. But we had a good time, and it was lovely. And then this past week we went to we did two things this week. We went hot air balloon riding. We went on a hot air balloon ride on Wednesday, and then we went to the Cullen and Diamond Mine on Friday. You had lunch with a friend yesterday. I had high tea with a friend.
Yeah.
And then today was pretty simple. We just went to get the car washed and had breakfast. So that's
yeah. She gave you a blow by blow. Basically, what she said was that it's summer here in South Africa. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of festivals. There's a lot of people just getting together. People are getting in very nice, cozy spaces and just relaxing. We put a little bit of work in here and there, but this is South Africa. We enjoy ourselves. We just recently got off of it seemed like it was so long ago, but the festive season, because it kind of ended officially like January 16th, but there's people still dragging along, still trying to hang on to 2023, and we are in 2024 and so forth. So that's what we've been doing. We still are enjoying ourselves here in South Africa. Our journey has been a long one. Some of you guys know it. A lot of you guys don't know our journey. I'm just going to give you a short version of it. We came here a long time ago, I came in 2010 for World Cup. And I knew then, like, South Africa knows how to put on a party. It was literally the best thing happening. And so we truly, I enjoyed that. But we've been going back and forth in this country before we moved here many times. I think I probably had like 15 visits.
Oh, more than that.
Yeah, I know. I'm being kind.
Way more than that.
Yeah. So, but I'm being kind. But at the end of the day, I would say that just doing that exposed me to South Africa properly. So when we finally moved here, it was just like being here, like normal. So that was that. Number two, we got a big tour coming. We have Philip Scott from the African Diaspora News Channel coming.
He'll be here April.
Yeah.
Which is not too far away. So he'll be here in April with with a group of a little under 50.
Yeah.
And they're going to stay for 10 days and do Joburg and Durban. So we're excited to have Phil back.
Yeah.
He's entrusted us to do this for him multiple times, including the time with his family.
Yeah.
So this is going to be great. We're excited to have everybody here. We know they're going to have a good time because we put together a really good product.
Exactly. And it's just a good opportunity to get people to come to South Africa, come properly, have a good time, not worry about anything, just come, coming here and looking for all the things that they need to see because we present it to them. And and so that's what you definitely are going to hear. And then of course, and I'm go ahead and say it now, backed by popular demand.
That's very, very true.
By popular demand. I think actually when we were conducting the 2023 trip real estate tour, people were sending us messages via email. Are y'all going to do one next year? Y'all going to do one next year?
Yeah,
Can I put my deposit down? Can I do this? Can I do that? Because I think they saw what everybody on the tour was doing.
Because you posted some stuff as it was happening. So I can see how that would definitely be a situation where they're like, are you going to do one next year? And that's kind of where we are. So
yeah, because we just want to expose people to, there's opportunities here in South Africa. You just got to, be in the right spaces and dealing with the right people. In our case, we are here all the time. So these opportunities hit us on a regular basis. And so we want to expose, those who don't get these opportunities, who's stuck in, in the US doing their thing and they'll never hear about these places. So that's basically what we are doing. So there will be another real estate tour this year. Those are the dates, I think are the dates. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
those are the dates. Yeah.
November 22nd to December 2nd.
Exactly. So it's already on the website. It's already, all you gotta do is go to the website, scroll down, you will see the real estate tour. You can click, you can click and sign up for it right there. Decide if you want to do single or double occupancy. Let me tell you what single occupancy is. You get a room to yourself the entire time. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
People email us, they say, so which one do I pick? And of course, double occupancy is that you will have a roommate. So let's say you got a husband and wife that are coming like we did on this last tour. Then if you pick double occupancy twice, then we'll put you guys in the same room. We'll see your last name or your surname.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out and we'll put it together so you guys will have your own space, to do what you got to do. You won't be sharing with someone else unless you request it. Unless you like, I don't want to be with him. He's getting on my nerve. This is my time. So that's something big that we have coming up. And then, of course, throughout the year, we have stuff coming up. And then if you go to our website, we kind of revamped it a little bit to make it a little bit easier. What'd you say, Tasha?
No, we definitely made it more user-friendly. So everything you're looking for is in a drop-down menu. So all of our packages are there. One of our newest packages is Pretoria, which she's going to talk a little bit about.
Emma?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So we're going to start bringing Pretoria to you guys. Yes, it's still, in the Gauteng province, but it definitely has its own little vibe, and you guys should have an opportunity to feel that as well.
Yeah, and the good part about it is because there are still people thinking, because they'll ask us, so when is your next travel to South Africa? And the reality is you can pick your own travel date. So if you know what dates you want to travel, so let's say you want to come on a 6-day tour to Johannesburg. You go on the calendar. Once you go through on our website, pick it, you'll get to a calendar. If you want to arrive on October the 1st of 2024, it will fill out those 6 days. And then once you go through the whole, checkout process, that's your trip right there. Yep. That's it. You ain't got to do anything extra.
No.
And if there's something that we need, we'll obviously reach out to you. But for the most part, so it's pretty simple these days, to come to South Africa with us. So that's kind of what we're doing. So like I said, we still have our safari packages. They're amazing. Like I said, all 5-star. We have our Joburg packages. Tasha wanted me to talk about the Pretoria package. It's nice. And so the Pretoria packages is on the website, Durban, and then of course Cape Town. And then of course there's combinations because some people are like, well, I want to go to Cape Town and I want to go to Durban. I want to do this. I want to do that. Well, we have that already, done for you. And of course, everything we do is 5-star for the most part. And like I said, you can't ask for any better than that. And I think that when you do come to South Africa, that's probably what you need to be concerned with. The level of service that you're going to get, and of course, we do that. So, somebody asked us the other day, how long y'all been in South Africa? Like, because I think some people think we got here in the last year or two.
Man.
Or so, because I think, and not trying to be funny, because they see, because I know when we first got here many years ago, there was very little content on South Africa.
Correct.
Very little content.
Positive content, anyway.
Yeah, it was all negative. It was like, hey,
don't go there.
Don't do this. The 10 things you need to be concerned with. But over the last few years, it's turned a lot. So people think we came in with that group, but believe it or not, a lot of those people came with us, and then they saw it properly, and now they're like, you know what? There's something about that South Africa, and so
I want to tell people about it.
Yeah, so I think we will have a conversation with Tony and Shalease, and I'm sure they will have something to say as well about it. Okay, so let me see what this is. Somebody had a comment.
Of course,
yeah,
absolutely.
He said, "Have you checked out Bolito and North Coast of Durban?"
100%, yes.
Yes, very nice, very nice,
beautiful.
Very nice. A little bit further up, Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
We went all with Dolphin Coast. We've, believe it or not, y'all, we travel a lot of places in South Africa simply because we have the time sometimes, and we're like, you know what, let's just jump in one of these cars. Or there's in Johannesburg, we have basically almost 3 airports that we can fly out of.
Yeah, that's true.
Not to include the heliports that we have here as well. So we can get anywhere at any time. And then so many different airlines, we don't have just American and Delta and United. We have our own on this side as well. So it's well versed on this side. So people, we travel and we see things. So sometimes you will hear us talking about more than just what happens in Joburg or this little area in Joburg and that area. When you deal with us, you'll find out that we know about pretty much everywhere in this country.
Yeah.
And there's even South Africans that call us and say, hey, where do I need to go? Because, I was just talking to my friend just yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, he's from the Eastern Cape, which is a province here in South Africa. He's from there. And he was asking me, so where do you think I should go? Because I want to take my family. And, we had a conversation. We're sitting at the Sanctuary Mandela, just having a great conversation and whatnot. So it is what it is. So now we about to bring on, I hope they're ready. They're backstage. We about to bring them on stage. Tony and Shalease Dowdy. Here they come. There they are.
We are ready.
We ready.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
You will.
Okay.
We're doing real well. Yeah, we're doing real
And we
well.
hope the lighting's okay because we were playing around with it before we got on. So.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
It's good to see you guys.
Good to see y'all. We miss y'all. Like, really miss y'all.
Yes.
You miss South Africa. They ain't got nothing to do with us, but I appreciate it.
It's both.
Mark, he came and kicked it with us. Mark came, I missed him. He came and kicked it with us.
Okay.
And some cigars and, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good day. Yeah, that was a good day. So how was it when you got back? Now you did it was nice and warm here in South Africa. Then you flew back because you guys are from Atlanta, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how was it when you got back? Not just weather, but just how did it feel going back home?
Okay, so I'll start because the day that we were leaving, got everything packed in our hotel, which was fabulous. Tony played golf 3 times, but we went to Santon. I had gone to the mall 3 times. I kept going and kept going.
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird. I went to get ketchup. I'll tell you about that later. But when we were literally leaving the mall to get our Uber, I cried. I broke down and cried really bad, didn't I? I was like, I don't want to go back. That was hard. I didn't expect that. And I remember you did a video with this lady. I think she was from Hawaii, and she cried her last day. I cried watching her. I was like, oh my God. So I felt that it was very hard for me to go to the airport in just those 10 days.
Okay.
Well, getting back to Atlanta, the weather, it was a sunny day, but it was cool. And, it was gloomy towards coming back from sunny South Africa. And just, to me, the people, even in the airport leaving, we went to, Lincoln.
Oh, yeah. Tasha kept talking about chicken clicking. Chicken
Chicken
licking.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had a spread.
Yes.
The thing I regret is I should have brought home more packages of that seasoning.
Yes.
Yeah, those little packages.
So
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I got like 7 of them, and I still have 1 left. I'm saving it.
Yes.
Yeah. Those things are secrets because they keep them to the side. You got to pay for them
They
extra.
do.
Yeah, if you don't mention it, they ain't gonna mention it.
They're gonna give it to you. Yeah.
I asked for it, so.
Okay. So, but then you get back. Did it feel different being back in Atlanta,
Yes, it
or?
did. It did.
But you was only gone for a short period of time.
It didn't matter. We were there 2 days. It felt, and he'll tell you, I was like, this place is trash. Everything literally got on my home.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Everything annoyed me when we got back. I had to go to the grocery store, and I was like, these people can't drive. They're so stupid. It's trash here. So I just got back with a whole nother. I was like, I hate it here.
Okay. Because I keep hearing Atlanta is the Mecca, and I remember in the 80s. I'm a little older. I remember the 80s. It was a place to be in the 90s and whatnot, and so forth. And I'm sure it's still popping in a lot of ways. But being in Atlanta and then coming to lowly poor South Africa kind of gave you a different viewpoint. Why are you laughing? Because it's lowly.
Because you said lowly poor South Africa. It was so lowly and poor that we're working on moving. So we're putting that out there now. We're working on it. We're trying to figure things out. And I'll tell you in the background what we're looking at doing.
Sure.
But we're talking about it, and people know that it's on our to-do list. So we discussed. We made a joke about something this morning about what we're going to set up for the live. And Tony says, "You don't have any pictures on the wall." I'm like, "Well, we go to the dining room." I said, "I'm not looking to buy anything else to hang in the wall here, because what I learned, what you said, Tasha, it would have been better to just sell all of our stuff." I said, "We taking nothing but clothes."
Well, I will tell you this, if you didn't have the experience that you had right here, you probably wouldn't have said these things in reference to, I want to move there. But we make sure people have those experiences, because you start realizing that, hey, hold on, I can afford this. But in the past, you would have been like, nah, I'm not going to try to go golf over there because it's going to cost a lot of money, or I don't want to stay here because I know it's expensive. But at the end of the day, you start doing the math, and then it starts to feel good, and then next thing you know, you're back at home, laying in the bed, thinking, man, what are we going to do?
Now, what it was for me, because we didn't do the real estate tour, but we still want to move there. Just seeing it for ourselves. I know sometimes, it could be a sales pitch for some people, they doing a tour. But, we didn't do the real estate tour. We went through you guys. You guys put in a nice hotel. I mean, fabulous. Alton. Oh, it's probably
Awesome.
Yeah, top notch. One of the best places I've ever stayed. And we actually snuck into one of the suites just to see how nice it was. We had a very nice room, very nice, very nice. And we wanted to see how the suite was. And that's one of the pictures I always show people, because they're thinking, where you guys gonna live, where you gonna stay? And I'm like, listen, their lifestyle and quality of life is a lot better than what we think. It's a lot better than ours. It was very nice. It was funny. We wanted to get there a day early so I could play golf, right?
Yeah.
So she found the hotel and booked it not knowing that it was the exact same hotel that you guys booked. So we stayed first 2 nights on the apartment side. On the Kingview side, and then we had to move to the apartment side, and it was even nicer. So I got to meet some locals on the golf course that I'm still in contact with. They are native to South Africa. I played golf with them, and it was nice. Then my buddies came over 4 days later.
Yeah, right. They did 4 days in Cape Town on their own. And
Yeah, make sure you
the real South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was Reggie.
I think your connection isn't that good, but just your sound and your connection. So we're gonna get them back on, y'all. But as you guys have seen, it's not by happenstance that they are saying what they're saying. When we do our tours, and you keep hearing so many people saying, I want to move to South Africa. And a lot of people have moved to South Africa that was on our tour. And it wasn't just the real estate.
Okay, yeah. I told Tony, go check the internet.
Okay, I'm trying to... Okay. All right, guys, I'm sorry, we lost the connection. Yeah, so we're back. Let me see if I can get them back on. Are you guys there?
Yes.
Yes, we're here.
Yeah.
Are you guys there?
Can y'all see us?
Can y'all see us okay?
You see us?
Okay, great. I think we're stable. Let me see. Move my hands around.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's still breaking up a little bit.
Let's see. He's coming back. Can you hear me and see me?
Oh, I hear you. I hear you great.
Okay. All right. We were about to change location.
Just to make sure we had a good connection.
Yeah. Okay. We had to move around too, just to make sure. So I'm sorry, everybody, that we lost the connection, but we are going to try to keep this connection. We're going to keep talking because the story was, as we say back in the 80s, it was starting to get juicy. Yeah, it was starting to get juicy.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. Do you remember where we were?
Yes, I was talking about. I met some friends, some locals, on the golf course there that I'm still in contact with, and I was telling them about moving there. Now, my job, I'm a welding instructor by trade. I've been teaching welding for probably 30 years. So when I retired, my goal was to move to South Africa. So one of the guys I met there, he said, hey, the government here will help you set up a school there because that's a skill that's needed in South Africa. And so I'm in contact with him. He's going to get me in contact with the government to help me with that process. So I'm very excited about that.
And I'm very excited about that. So I was like, yes, I'm pushing it. I'm super excited. But it's for me, I'm a realtor. So I have my own business and, I'm not as big as the real South Africa, but I do Black History tours in Atlanta and I'm a realtor. So I'm like, what can I do when I get there? So I'm already, as soon as I got back, I reread the ebook on how to make the transition that I purchased from you guys. I reread that, and then I went to see, about possibly getting my license there, because I want to create something where I can market here in the States to anybody wanting to come over. Of course, I'll go, y'all need to take the tour first to the real South Africa, and then you can, do the real estate tour. So that's what I'm looking at. We're literally like, how can we go ahead and make this transition? And it started, the tour sealed the deal, but what got us, and I told Natasha this when we first spoke, I said, it was that Wode Maya video. He was at your house, and I was like, who is this? Oh my God, look at that house. And that's what had us, we're like, we need to take the tour. And it sealed the deal for us. The tour just sealed the deal.
And what I like about the whole trip, going through you guys, everything was taken care of. Every morning, your staff, Asha, she would text us in the evening, hey, the bus is going to be out front in the morning at this time. and be there. And they were on time every day. Everything was in place. It was seamless. I mean, we didn't have to fumble around for things. Drivers were nice. They were knowledgeable of the area. Just talking to them about South Africa. It was just well put together.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to my favorite driver was Mr. Solomon. I love that.
So you say that it does matter. It does matter if you have a proper guide.
I think so. Yes.
Yes, it does. When I say, and Mark, when I saw you on when we were doing the Phillenberg, did I say it right?
Yeah, Phillenberg.
I said, I'll send you my resume. It was that, seamless. And I think I told Latasha in the email this week, I said, yeah, we have 4 friends that are there, but they didn't come through y'all. And of course, they're WhatsApping me everything to do. I'm like, you should have went through the real South Africa.
Right. I'll tell you how yes, because listen, the hotel they put us in, now it had to be good because Tasha put her family there.
Yes.
It was their first time coming to South Africa. And we met her family.
And we were on the same flight as your family. So yes.
Yes. And so we went and met them again at Culture Park. So we got home every night. We would rush home and we would watch you guys every night.
Yep.
So we even brought our Fire Stick over to South Africa so we could pull up YouTube, watch you guys, right? So at night in the hotel room, we were watching you guys, right? And on one of your videos, we were seeing how you guys were at this park where the family was feeding the giraffe.
Right. Your nieces. And I was like, wait, where is that?
Where is it?
And we didn't even know it was on our itinerary. We went to the Lion Park.
Yes. So you guys put together well.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Well, what I want to do, I want to surprise you. I'm sure you've seen it, and a lot of people have not seen this particular video. I'm gonna show it and then you can explain who they are. Are you ready? Check it out. See, we got these Atlanteans up in here. They don't belong here. They supposed to be somewhere else. They from the A. Made no sense. They the ball strikers, from what I understand.
Ball strikers in the house.
Oh God.
Ball strikers in the house.
You see, we take them out of Atlanta, and they still. Yeah, they about to go on a quick safari and whatnot. They was kind enough to bring the wives and whatnot. Kind enough. We got E.T.
Yes.
Yeah, I know everybody call you E.T., right?
Well, Eric.
Yeah. Thomas.
Eric Thomas.
E.T.
Yeah.
But I would have called you back in the day. Yeah, cool. All right, cool.
Yes.
So funny. You actually put that out as a short. We saw it right away, and we started sending it to everybody.
Yeah.
Look at us. We're famous.
Yep.
So yeah. When we were planning, Latasha will remember, we invited Tony's ball striker group. It's large. So we invited just about the entire group. And out of the group, only 2 couples were able to make it. People weren't willing to sacrifice their holiday. And so we don't really do holidays like that. So people weren't willing to sacrifice their holidays. So we got 2 people. So Latasha knows we're coming back. But we'll be there. We're planning for the last week of December through the first week of January. We're coming back. That's how it made such an impression. So we've invited more people. Let's see who takes the bait. I adjust the dates to, kind of offset their Christmas. And I'm like, it's just New Year's. Come on and go. So people said they're interested. We'll see. I told them about a firm. I'm like, come on, you can do it. But we're just gonna look. We have cash aside. We're ready. But we're coming back.
So those are my buddies, Reggie and Jamal and their wives, right?
Yeah.
So we're part of the ball strikers. Everybody know we're the ball strikers, the big ball group here in Atlanta. So shout out to the ball strikers. I think you guys will put them out like that. Put us out like that.
But they don't know what ball strikers mean. I know what it means, but tell them what it means. Ball strikers.
Ball strikers is a group of brothers here in Atlanta. It's about 50 of us in an organized golf group. We travel all over the Southeast playing golf. We got handicaps, we're real golfers. It's just fellowship with the fellas playing golf every Saturday. And our group, like I said, it's a very large group of guys. Hang out and play golf. And because of the ball strikers, we are a good group of golfers. So if anybody want to challenge us, come come on to the ATL and play against the ball striker.
Come and
But
get
in
some.
that, so we went to South Africa. Those two guys, we played golf at I guess it was a PGA course, because 2 weeks before getting there, they had a PGA tournament where the pros played at Alton Golf Course.
And we watched it. I'm like, oh my God, that's where we're staying. So I watched the tournament.
So we played at a professional golf course. 3 of us played for the price. We had to rent the club. Now, we didn't bring our club with us. We rented the club, 18 holes of golf, had 2 caddies for under $200.
For 3 people.
Well, so I felt bad, so I had to give a big tip. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm used to paying $200 by myself to play golf at a city course, not a professional course, at a city course. So I'm saying, wow, for 3 guys to play with a caddy and rent the clubs for under $200, that was amazing.
That was amazing. And what you also mentioned, Mark, you talked about the cost of living, because we already said, we can sell our house and just buy flat out there. But Soweto was our first day. I loved Soweto. I loved it. And we went to, you remember the signature restaurant?
Oh,
yeah.
There was 7 of us, including the driver. So 3 couples, 6 people, the driver.
Yeah.
Our anniversary was November 2nd. And I was joking with a friend. I'm like, oh, there's this new restaurant here, but they don't have the prices on the menu. That means I can't afford it. So we're joking. She, as a gift, she gifted us $350 for our anniversary to go to dinner. So we went. We both he got a glass of wine. I got lemonade. We both got an appetizer. We got our meals. This was a high-end place. And we got dessert. $350 for the both of us. At the signature, which was high end. It was very classy. The food was great. 7 people, $350 US.
Yeah,
for 7 people.
And we had top shelf liquor. Our wives had wine. We had dessert.
We had appetizers. We had the food. $350. It was amazing. I'm like,
and the food was better.
The food was way better.
So South Africa just makes sense. It just makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes it left, like I said, my heart's still there. I didn't think, I thought I might shed a tear. I cried. And I cried because I've never felt so at home and so welcome. The people of South Africa, beautiful people. And it felt like home.
Yeah, we hung out in the mall of the last day and just talked to people that went to the mall for like almost 2 hours. I was missing our flight, hanging out at the mall, trying to get ketchup.
So when we were at the hotel, we ate downstairs every day. And so he had fries. I don't eat fries that much. So I started ketchup. I'm like, well, I just want to try some ketchup with the fries. With every meal, I ordered fries just for the ketchup. Because I'm like, this ketchup is fabulous. I don't even eat ketchup. So I would just order fries on the side just to dip them in the ketchup. So the last day, we went to Woolworth, Sanson. I'm like, I got to get ketchup to take home. He says, I can't believe you're buying ketchup. I'm like, I absolutely am.
That is hilarious.
You got to say
that is no. I mean, the food definitely will make you feel some kind of way about your life when you get back, because you do have to go back to eating, your
Processed
normal
food.
food. So
yeah.
process, but I wasn't going to use the word process, but you said it. So I'm just laughing that you decided to look for chicken licking and to bring back some ketchup. I wanted to ask Tony about you played golf 3 days while you were there, right?
Yes.
And golf experience wise, obviously you played golf a lot, but what was the experience like overall compared to playing at the golf courses back home?
Okay. One thing. Okay. Just the quality of the course.
Okay.
Better. What I've noticed is that most people there walk. We tend to get lazy here in the United States, so you just have a few people that ride in the cart there, but most people walk. So they have a caddy as well. And golf here, right? 18 holes. After 9 holes, it's called a turn. Where here, most guys are running side or they'll order something to eat, maybe on hole number 7, so it'll be ready for them on the turn, run inside, pick it up, put it on their cart, and eat on the cart. There in South Africa, you have to take a 20-minute break on the turn. That's what I like. You go inside, you have a drink, you have a meal, you just chop it up, you go over to stores, and then you go back out. You cannot go in front of the group that's in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I like about it. It's an experience.
Excellent.
And it's everybody's side is just, we meet each other. That's how I met so many South Africans. I met I guess the classes of people, you got the Indian, African, color, and the whites, which are called Afrikaners. And they all was in there. So what people think about South Africa is old South Africa before the 90s. But what I saw in their clubhouse was all races of people in there mingling, having a good time, fellowship. It's all about.
It's funny you mentioned that, that you were able to go to a place like that. And obviously golf is not a sport for the faint of heart. So you have to kind of be a certain type of person to play golf. So obviously that's what you are. And you were able to network with people that you probably have a high net worth that you can get in with to say, hey, you can talk to the government about doing X, Y, and Z. If you had not come in a position like that, you wouldn't have met those people. And that's why we always say, come to South Africa, meet the people, network. That's how you're going to be able to move forward in the country. You can't come here and
talk to the Uber driver.
Yeah,
I think the Uber driver, good people,
right,
but they're not going to get you where you need to go.
You got to get in the room with the right people.
Because it's funny, and just to add on to what Tasha was saying, I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, it's okay.
Because people wonder, how do we do stuff? And it's because we, many years ago, we kind of decoded it to the point to where, we get to socialize with the highest people in this country simply because we can afford to go golf or we can afford certain restaurants and they go to the same places. So you're going to meet them. And as you can see, Tony, it's hard not to meet people. Right. It's very difficult. They're not going to hide. They're not going to look you off. They're going to be like, how you doing? Da, 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 da. And the next thing you know, they're like, hey, let me get your details. Let's have a conversation. And you find out they are the people that you want to meet.
Yep. People that you need.
Yeah. What's so amazing to me is that, okay, obviously we're African American, but they couldn't decipher that we were from America. We went into the mall. What was so funny? We went into
they could. So we went to the mall, my third trip to the mall, and we went into the body shop. And I buy their products here. And I said, I'm curious to see the price difference. So the young lady was at the door and she greeted us. And she said, hello. And I'm a Southerner. I'm sure you can hear it. I tried to disguise the accent, but I said, hey. And she burst out laughing like really hard. And we're looking like, what? She says, I thought you were one of us. And she says, your accent threw me off. And she says, y'all are from Atlanta. We were like, how did you know? She says, because some people were here yesterday from Atlanta. So it was hilarious. The people were just funny and fun. But back to what you said about being at the right place. When I say I believe in being at the right place in faith, because I told Latasha, since, hey, we're going to get there 2 days early. I thought we needed to adjust. We got there bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. We were regular. I mean, and the interesting thing is our bodies got in sync right away. So I said, yeah, Latasha, we're staying at this hotel by the airport. And we'll just get an Uber or something. She said, no, we'll still pick you up. She says, what's the name of the hotel? I'm like, the Haunted. And she said, did you go through your information? I said, no. She says, that's where you're going to be staying. When I say that was how it was supposed to be, everything was just in sync and so perfect. And he got to meet a guy who actually, he says, I talked to Gerald. I'm like, who's Gerald? He says, Gerald, the guy I played golf with. He told me that he can, help me with the government on starting a school. And I'm really excited. And then I go to his job this week. I didn't know this. I go to his job and it's to help, pass out Girl Scout cookies that I'm helping a friend with. And one of the secretaries comes up and goes, I heard you guys are moving to South Africa. I'm like, what? We are?
Yeah, this guy Gerald, he knows the president. So we
Yeah.
had a circle of people that were at the hall and I'm playing golf with. They know the president of South Africa.
Yeah, it's a very, and I have mentioned this to Tasha the other day because sometimes we've been here so long and we've been doing this so long, it just becomes normal to pull into a place for us, like you was at the whatever you were at.
I don't know.
Yeah, she was at
somewhere.
Yeah, and we always run into people, and then fortunately because of what we do, where people kind of know us now. And people are like, oh, there go the real South Africa guys. And like, for example, we went to the Standard Bank private wealth, thing that they was doing for their members. And, they asked us to come and we came and so many people recognized us and knew us. And it kind of helps us, move into these spaces. So our plan, as you can see, is to put you in spaces where you're going to meet these people because people are asking us,
Yeah.
like, connect us with these people. Like, it doesn't work that way. South Africa doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You have to be sitting there with your little long drink, maybe with your wife chilling. They recognize you, you recognize them. They start talking, and then next thing you know, numbers are passed, and then you're in. So I'm glad you guys were able to meet cool people, while you was here, and it was organic for the most part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh, you got something you want to say, Tony?
No, I was just saying that what people don't know is that, okay, so the cost of living there, I would say it's probably less than half what it is here, at least in Atlanta. But
Yeah.
your quality of life goes up. That's what's so amazing.
It's through the roof.
Through the roof, yes.
It's hard to quantify for some people, because all they know is the U.S. or they might have traveled to the Caribbean. They might have did here and there. And the people who really find out are the ones that come on the real estate tour. They are losing it the whole time. Like, every day it gets a little crazier and crazier because they're like, so you're telling me we could do this, and this, and then how we operate. They're like talking to the CEOs. They're talking to the executives of the like Stein City or the people who build all these great locations, and they're like, how did you get these people here? And then I just kind of look at them and I say, hey, that's what we do. I'm here every day, and they see what we do, so they do want to interact with those Americans that come here that has the opportunity, because they understand that retirement is difficult. People making a lot of money, but they got a lot coming in and a lot going out at the same time, and they're looking for something else. And then so they reach out to us, and because they know we bring in a lot of people. Because, like, when you guys were here, I know you mentioned that Tasha's parents were here, but we had about 40 other people here outside of that. So we always got people here. There's like 15 or 16 here right now. And then next week might be more. I mean, we always got people coming in, but we want them to have those experiences so they can make a decision. Do I want to stay in the US, or if they want to come to South Africa, they come with an open heart. They meet good people. They understand, have a real good understanding what South Africa is really about. And then, of course, each and every time you come, it's going to get bigger, and you're going to grow, and you're going to grow. It's just the way it is. So that's what happened to us. So that's what we kind of expect, but we want y'all to start out in here, like at least here. Then you will find out where you want to go, because you guys are all intelligent and smart people. Everybody that we bring is generally smart and intelligent, and they figure it out. So
right. I mean, it's literally. I mean, you were on our flight coming over, red flight, and I said, Tony, there's no way I can do 15 hours. It was an easy 15 hours. But on our way, there was a lady. She's a native, but she lives in the United States, and so she was just coming for a month for the holidays, a festive season, as you call it. And she just spoke so highly of you all just because of your YouTube videos.
Yes.
She was like, I love what they're doing. First, she says, I know them. And then I just kind of look, but it's through YouTube. We all feel like we know you personally because we watched the YouTube videos. And she says, I love what they're doing. People love how you're promoting the country, because it was funny. This is sad but true. I had a coworker, ex-coworker, because I work on my own now, but She says, "You guys going to South Africa? Where are you going to stay and where are you going to eat?" I'm like, "What?" And so when I got back, I was happy to show her my photo. Just last week, I met her, showed her my pictures, and I said, "The food." If people ask us, number one, what was number one? I said, "There's a tie. The trip itself and the food. The food was fabulous. I did not have one bad, not one. Not it was the food was awesome. So just the and our friends, we have 4 friends that are there now. The one said to me, she asked all kind of questions, and I said, it's unfortunate that we don't expand our horizons. We believe what we're told about a place. You have to see it for yourself. Because I'm thinking, like, what do they think? We were going to be sleeping out in the bush or something? I mean,
Yeah.
I said we stayed at a top, and I had to put my pictures out. I'm like, this is our room. And so I
Yeah.
will say, with Tasha coming back, I would like the king suite. I like the king. I like because the apartment it was great, but I'm like, we're not cooking, so I'm just putting that out. But it
No,
was, just
go ahead.
what people thought it was gonna be, and I'm like, it's because another thing that I did notice, and I worked for the airlines for a bit. I said to go to Africa is more money than if we go here, like let's say London. I says, why do you think that is? I said, it's for a reason. And I said, you need to do everything that you can to get to Africa. Yeah. It's important. I mean, I told you, I had told Mark, I said, I had been to Cape Town. It was like back in the early 2000s. And just Joburg was on my list. And it was his dream trip. And after we watched your video with Bode Maya, I'm like, let's do it. And that's when we went ahead and started making the plans of these books. And, anybody listening, if you want to pay overtime, you can. They have something new set up, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
And then when you get there, do this one thing as a people. You got to take your shoes off, barefooted, and touch the land. You got to touch the land. The land is something special about the land.
Yes, yes. I didn't get to, which is why we coming back.
I grounded myself to the land, so that's gonna bring me back. Take your shoes off.
Absolutely, but I think everybody should take your advice. I mean, I would love for most people, because we're here and we can control the environment, as far as your arrangements. We can control it from the time you get here, you're not concerned about anything, and then to the time you leave, you're not concerned. But if anybody comes to if you come to South Africa, we got you. You go to other countries, go to Africa. I don't care who you are in the United States, especially if you're Black. Go to Africa, spend some time in Africa, and you will start feeling free. You will start feeling cleansed. I mean, a lot of things will happen. It's for us. We're at a point now to where if we have to go back to the U.S. for any reason, so every once in a while we got to get driver's license renewed, or we got to see our people for some odd reason. Just trust me, it's a hard pill to swallow.
It's a struggle.
We're literally like thinking, okay, we got to get our mind right, because being here every day and waking up to this sun and just waking up around our people and going where we go with with no issues, then to have to kind of like put it back in the box.
Ooh.
And then go stand at the American Customs counter and he's asking you all these questions. I just be like, man, listen, I live in South Africa. I'm just stopping in, just stopping in real quick and I'm out. And then I'm so happy to get back here. And then you go through customs and all they do is just look at your passport and say, okay, see you. Keep it moving. Really no questions.
Yep.
And when we landed, I'm going through passport control. I almost lost it there, and got to the window, and the guy says, "Welcome home." And I'm like, "Don't cry, don't cry." And so to divert it, I said, "Cool, is that a sales paper?" And he says, "Yes." He says, "Do you want it?" I'm like, "Yes, I can pretend like I live here, and I'm gonna go food shopping." I just tried to not break down and cry so soon, but just from the time we landed, going through passport control, just getting out, and just seeing the sign. There was someone holding the sign, for us to know to go with him to get our car. The car was nice. Just to drive through, getting to the hotel was nice. Everything there's nothing that I can tell you that was negative. There was no negative. But I will say this to anyone watching or who would see this, try to splurge for the 10 day because that spa, I thought we were just going to the spa just to get a massage and then that was it. We did a
Hmm.
massage, we got a facial, we got a manicure, pedicure. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my
it was
God.
6 hours.
Right, we were there all day. And it was funny because Asha sent us a message and said, your driver's a little late. I'm like, yeah, we are too. So he doesn't have to rush. We were a little late in the spa because they literally were taking their time.
Yeah.
I never had a vacation like this. It definitely was the best vacation I've ever had. I spent 30 days in Italy before, and I thought that was something. Those 10 days in South Africa trumps any vacation that I've taken, which is why we're coming back. It'll be what, about 10 months?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
people there, the South Africans, they want to interact with one. Their spirit and just their positivity. They're real positive. They're humble, and their culture. They're and
Hmm.
think about it, they're proud of South Africa, and that's what I like. They are a proud people who know who they are as a people, and that's what I
100%.
like. Yeah, and they know
Yeah.
more about America than we do.
Right. And it was interesting because we met a couple of young people that were like, we want to go to America. We're like, why? I said, this is the gold mine. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
That's like you
Yeah.
leaving
Y'all in
the
it.
gold mine going to a trash dump. I said it. I'm like, why do you want to go? What's the reason? And I'm telling people, I'm like, look, the cost of living here is increasing. It's things, and Latasha would tell you what I said, Mark, in an email about what's happening here. I don't know if I should
Hmm.
speak it here, but she'll tell you what I said. I'm like, I said, we're literally, we had, I don't know if I told Latasha this, but before about a month before we were headed over, we were just at a little space here in Atlanta called the Beltline. It's very popular. Lots of
Hmm.
restaurants, people walking, running. And we met a couple who was from New Orleans, but they were living in California. And we were just making small talk. And it's like, yeah, we're headed to South Africa. And she was like, hey, did you hear that? They're going to South Africa. And she said to us with fear, y'all might not come back. What made it weird is two other people had said, I don't know, I'm feeling like y'all might not come back. So I said to them, I said, oh, I think this is the December 2024 that you meant it for, not 2023. So I'm already prepared. And my husband doesn't know this, but I'm gonna break it to him. I was like, when we come for those 2 weeks, I was gonna ask him, can I stay an additional 2 weeks to just kind of, look around. He didn't know I was gonna ask him, so now can I stay an
You
additional?
gonna ask him in public so he can't say no, like a
Yeah.
little like Daddy.
I was
Can
like,
I stay
can
at
I
my
say
friend's
two
house?
weeks? Right. I said, but which just means I gotta really hustle hard in my business this year so I can do it. Because I did look at doing the real estate tour. And I said, oh, I would have to come right back in 3 weeks. So, I'm just trying to figure it out. So I said, you'll let me say another, 14 days. I'll look around and try to figure out living arrangements for us. So
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, I will say to you this: that conversation had what's the is not a new conversation, and those feelings aren't crazy. No people around you who hadn't experienced it will not even co-sign on it one time. They won't, and that's fine. I could tell you our story when we came here. This was back in 2012.
Yeah.
This was her second trip. It was my third trip
Yeah.
here, and we ended up trying to decide the same thing. So, but we was fortunate because we actually owned our company. So we went to Cape Town for 2 months. We rented a flat, very nice space in Clifton, and we rented it, and just so we can see,
Mm-hmm.
how would
Mhm.
this work? And then we ultimately, came back, and it was another sad.
Ooh.
It was January, no, February.
When we came back,
Yeah,
it was
it was
December.
December.
Yeah.
Beautiful weather. We've landed back in Dulles International
Oh,
Airport in DC. It was ice on the ground, cars
oh.
covered.
probably 2 degrees.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things the real South Africa. Thanks again.